Welcome to the Fitness Geek. Today, we're diving into an incredible real-life transformation. If you've ever felt like you've tried everything to lose weight and nothing seems to work, this story will inspire you. Imagine struggling with weight for 40 years, trying every diet, every workout plan, every trick in the book, only to end up back at square one. This is the story of Emily, a woman who fought the scale for decades and finally found the solution that changed everything. Before we begin, hit that subscribe button to ensure you never miss out on the life-changing insights we share. The first battle. Since childhood, Emily had always been bigger than the other girls her age. At school, while her friends ran freely around the playground, laughing and playing tag, she would quickly tire out and sit on the sidelines, pretending she wasn't interested. But deep down, she longed to be part of the fun. Her mother, worried about Emily's weight, started taking her to doctors and nutritionists when she was just 8 years old. They handed her lists of good and bad foods, strict diet plans, and exercise recommendations. While other kids were enjoying birthday parties with cake and ice cream, Emily was being taught to say no, to count calories, to feel guilty for wanting sweets. By 12, she knew she was different. The looks from other children and the cruel whispers behind her back stung. She would walk into the school cafeteria and hear the snickers. "If you stop eating so much, you'll lose weight. Aren't you embarrassed to go for seconds?" Nobody wants a fat girlfriend. She never let anyone see her cry, but at night, alone in her room, she hugged her pillow and let the tears fall. Food became her only comfort. The more she was shamed for eating, the more she turned to food in secret. She would sneak cookies from the pantry, eating them quickly in the bathroom, feeling a mix of satisfaction and guilt afterward. By the time she reached high school, things had only gotten worse. While her friends tried on cute crop tops and skinny jeans, Emily hid in oversized hoodies. She dreaded gym class. The fear of being the last one picked for teams, of struggling to run a single lap, of having to change in the locker room under the judgmental stares of her classmates, it was unbearable. She told herself that it didn't matter, that she didn't care. But she did. She cared every time she was ignored by the boys, every time her crush looked past her to talk to her thinner friends. She cared when she saw photos of herself and deleted them immediately. At 16, she became desperate to change. She read about crash diets online and tried them all. One week, she survived on nothing but cabbage soup. Another, she drank only green juice for days. The hunger was unbearable, but she told herself it was worth it, until she fainted in the middle of class. Her mother begged her to stop, but Emily didn't know how. Every time she lost a few pounds, they came back with a vengeance. The yo-yo effect became her personal prison. Young adulthood and the cycle of failure. By the time Emily turned 20, she had convinced herself that her weight was the reason she wasn't happy. She dreamed of wearing tight dresses, of feeling beautiful and confident, of walking into a room without worrying about how much space she took up. She signed up for a gym membership. For the first week, she pushed herself, going every day, sweating through high-intensity workouts, determined to change. But the gym was a nightmare. The mirrors reflecting every inch of her body, the feeling of being watched, the fit, toned women who made it look effortless. It was too much. After 3 weeks, she stopped going. That's when she turned to extreme measures. She spent days barely eating, drinking coffee and water to suppress her hunger. Then, the inevitable binge would come. She would sit in front of the TV with a bag of chips, telling herself she would only have a few. But then, the bag would be empty, and she'd hate herself. She tried everything. Weight loss pills that took away her appetite, but gave her heart palpitations and panic attacks. Fat diets that eliminated carbs, leaving her exhausted and cranky. Extreme workouts that she forced herself through, only to quit after pushing too hard. By 30, she was exhausted. "If I haven't figured it out by now, I never will." She started pretending she didn't care. She told herself she was happy as she was. That diet culture was toxic, that she didn't need to change. But she knew the truth. Her body was tired. She struggled with joint pain. She avoided mirrors, avoided scales, avoided conversations about health. Every night, She fell asleep hoping that somehow she'd wake up different. The final wake-up call. At 38, Emily went in for a routine checkup. The doctor looked at her lab results, then at her with concern. "Emily, if you continue down this path, you'll be diabetic within 2 years." It felt like a slap in the face. This wasn't about appearance anymore. This was her health. For days, she sat with the news, feeling overwhelmed. She had spent a lifetime trying and failing. What could she possibly do now? That's when she found the ultimate weight loss protocol. It wasn't a fad diet. It didn't promise a quick fix. It was about changing the way she thought about food, about her body, about herself. The big turning point, the protocol that changed everything. Emily had tried everything, except this. She had spent years trying to punish herself into weight loss. But this program wasn't about punishment. It was about reprogramming her mind. For the first time, she realized that food wasn't the enemy. Her relationship with food was. Through the program, she learned how to break free from emotional eating, how to make food choices without guilt, how to lose weight without the cycle of restriction and binging. Instead of starving herself, she made small, sustainable changes. Drinking more water, eating nutritious meals that satisfied her, moving her body in ways that felt good, rather than torturous workouts she hated. And for the first time, the weight came off without obsession, without punishment, without fear. Whenever she felt herself slipping, the program's bonuses helped her stay on track. Daily affirmations to keep her mindset strong. Guided meditations to help with stress and emotional eating. Mental reprogramming techniques to stay in control. After 40 years of struggle, she had finally won. And when people asked her what the secret was, she told them, "I stopped fighting my body. I started working with it. Now, it's your turn." If you feel like you've tried everything, if you're tired of ending up back where you started, if you're done with diets that fail, take this step. The ultimate weight loss protocol comes with a 7-day guarantee. Try it risk-free. If in a week you don't feel different, you can cancel. But if you follow the method, this could be the last time you ever need to try losing weight. Click the link in the comments and start your journey. The only thing you have to lose is the extra weight.